Hey guys, Bandy Wolfdyne here. This achievement map is a structure guide for anybody wanting to complete 50 out of 50 achievements for the Icewind Dale portion of the Planescape Torment Icewind Dale collection for the Xbox One. This is meant as an addition to my individual achievement videos, so any questions that are specific to each achievement, you can generally click on the link to that video and the answer will be within there. To grab all the achievements for Icewind Dale, I recommend a minimum of 3 playthroughs to grab them all, as well as a few stray achievements you can get by making specific character or party compositions. You could make an argument for 2 playthroughs, but this will make your first normal run incredibly boring and make the Heart of Fury run incredibly difficult, but more on that later. First off, there are 10 stray achievements that require very specific characters or party builds to get. You can grab these during any playthrough, but I recommend booting up new characters and parties just to get them first. That way, if you grab them before, you don't have to worry so much about team composition, and you can focus on the characters you want to make, as you'll be playing them a lot, taking them through multiple playthroughs. The 10 achievements I have displayed here on screen. Now these achievements will take about a minute or two to create a character or party that satisfies each criteria, and then you either immediately get the achievement upon loading up the game, or you just take another minute or two to fulfill the requirements of the achievement. I added the Unseemly Relic achievement right here because while technically you can grab the weapon during the main campaign, you can also just make a character in the expansion that starts with the weapon so it fits into these 5-minute achievements. Now, after these is your primary playthrough. For this first run, you'll be building a party to get you through all the content in the base game and the expansion, and then you're going to export your characters into a new game in Heart of Fury mode. So make sure you're at least comfortable with your characters so you can play them all the way through 2 full playthroughs. If you've grabbed all the stray achievements, the only guidelines for your party composition is you need a bard, a mage, and preferably some type of priest, cleric suggested, to get a few of the achievements here. Other than that, you're free to build any other type of character for the 3 slots remaining. There are 17 unavoidable achievements you'll grab in this playthrough. These you get for visiting specific locations or killing a boss that you have to kill to continue the story. Now technically, Giant Slayer is avoidable, as you can talk your way through that encounter to continue the game, but I did put it here as honestly just kill the guy. Also, you will grab Destroyer at some point without fail. I guess it's theoretically possible to sneak your way past and charm your way past and avoid all killing, but it's implausible to the point that I just put it here as well. The 17 unavoidable achievements are shown here. Also, during this primary playthrough, there are 14 side quests you want to grab as you move through the game. These are missable to varying degrees, so be aware of them as you move through each chapter. I recommend watching these specific videos for each achievement to get an idea of what you're doing before you begin each chapter that they start. And I also listed them down below, not in the order that you get the achievement, but in the order that you first run into a component of the achievement, as some of them span multiple chapters and or base game expansion content. For example, the Reborn Blade achievement you get at the end of the main campaign, but you can miss completing a component of it all the way in the prologue within 5 minutes of starting the game, so watch out for that. Now, the 2 achievements that require a specific class are Song of the Sea for a bard and Raging Mage, as you need a spellcaster to describe that quest. The requirement for the priest I'll touch on later. Next, you can either start your solo Storyteller playthrough or continue onwards with your main group to Heart of Fury mode. Begin the Heart of Fury playthrough mainly to get Master Tactician. I did this last because Master Tactician is probably the most difficult achievement and the most time consuming. Obviously, this is the hard mode, and you want to import your main run party into this New Game Plus mode. Check out the Master Tactician video to get some general tips and specific strategies for obstacles. You may grab some of the remaining achievements here, but this entire run, for me at least, is mostly devoted to grabbing this one achievement. And finally, you will also need to complete a playthrough with a solo character on Storyteller mode to grab a few achievements made easier alone. Make sure that you do put the game in Storyteller mode, and then you only use a single character that's multi-class with 3 classes, either Fighter Mage Thief or Fighter Cleric Thief, and that dictates which of the epic achievements you grab here. Now, it's possible, like I said, that you grab some of these epic achievements with your main group in Heart of Fury mode, but it's a little unlikely, as getting that much experience is a lot. Besides, you will still need the triple class character to get Ultimate Warrior. The epic achievements, along with Living Legend and Ultimate Warrior, are incredibly grindy, and you will either spend a lot of time farming for mobs to kill during this playthrough, or importing the character into another new game to pick up the last bit of experience to grab them. It's a lot easier with a solo character. While you're playing, you can kind of skip through all dialogue. There's not a lot of variation as to where the story goes in that regard, and you can focus mainly on melee and combat. Don't have to cast a lot of spells or think about it. That's because Storyteller mode makes you immune to death, and you can kill pretty much anything fairly quickly with melee. Watch Netflix while you move through this. Pretty chill. You have long-winded victory lap of your achievement hunt. I also did mention that it's possible to do 2 playthroughs to get all the achievements instead of 3, but to do that you have to absorb your solo playthrough into Heart of Fury mode and go through your main playthrough on Storyteller difficulty. And this, however, makes it much more difficult and much less entertaining in general, as your first run in Storyteller mode becomes really too easy with 6 people, and your second run on Heart of Fury mode becomes too hard because you only have 1 character. But it is an option for crazy people. Now, obviously, you grab Flying Solo and you grab Storyteller in this run, but altogether you'll get 8 achievements here, and they are shown here. There will be a little bit of cleanup to grab the last epic achievement, unless you grabbed it in Heart of Fury mode. I recommend a Fighter Mage Thief for your solo playthrough, as getting an epic priest through is easier for one reason, and that's the Turn Undead ability. This can insta-kill undead, which makes up the majority of enemies in the game, so import your 20-something level cleric into the expansion on Storyteller mode, and you can go to either the Lore Master, which has a lot of undead to smite with your cleric, or continue onwards to Burial Owl, which also has a lot of undead as well. And then you can just rest over and over again, wake up, and smite whatever shows up. If you have any specific questions for specific achievements, you can check out the other videos on this playlist. Or if you can't seem to find it answered in the video, leave a comment there and I'll get an answer for you. Thanks for watching, and have fun grabbing all the achievements for Icewind Dale.